This was the LNC number one, the first race of the LNC series in Prospect Park. This is my third race. This is the Cat 5 field. I had raced the day before at Branch Brook, so I thought I was going to be a little bit fatigued coming into it. But I actually felt really, really good in this race. My legs felt the best out of the three races I've done so far. And my legs actually felt way better than Branch Brook the day before, which I got sixth in. So I was hoping to get a good result here. It was also the biggest field I've raced so far. The My first two races, the Brooklyn Icebreaker 2 weeks ago, also in Prospect, had a field of about 35, 40, and Branch Brook the day before this also had a field of about 35. So yeah, definitely some learning experiences in this race. It didn't go as well as I think I could have, or as well as I could have done with how my legs were feeling. But overall, it was still a good race. A lot of learning experience, a lot of strong guys. So yeah, let's get into it. First 10 or 11 miles of this race were not boring. There were some strong guys at the front keeping it pretty quick, but every little attack was covered very quickly. I was just sitting in the wheels, trying not to spend as much energy as possible, and also just testing out how my legs felt after racing Branch Brook and putting in a hard effort at the end of that race the day before. But my legs were feeling good, and as we come down this hill, two guys try and get a little bit of a gap, and they do, just pushing the pace. I'm carrying a lot of speed. I hop on this guy in the beige long sleeve and blue bibs wheel. And yeah, I'm just carrying a lot of speed coming down this hill. The guys in the front slow up a little bit. They don't really want to work too hard, it doesn't look like. And I'm carrying a lot of speed, so I put in a little attack, little counter attack. Shoot up to 1,000 watts. I get a pretty decent gap. I think it looked to me maybe like 7 or 8 seconds from this little effort. But I keep looking back and no one's joining me. Those front guys were all a little bit tired. It looked like they all slowed up. And I'm still committing energy, trying to see if anyone's going to jump. But in the end, no one did. And I ended up just slotting back in because I knew a couple strong guys in the field and I didn't feel like I could stay away by myself solo rest the rest 5 or 6 miles of this race. Looking back, I feel like I should have just put my head down and gone for it. I already committed energy and I got a gap, and now I'm just kind of, and no, I got a gap. No one wanted to chase me. No one wanted to work together to bring me back. But I just didn't have enough confidence in myself, and I ended up just, slowing down and slotting back in. Which yeah, I think I should have just gone with it. And yeah, tried to make it stick and see what would happen. So the next moment I wanted to look in the race comes exactly one lap later. Coming down the hill, I'm carrying a lot of speed, my legs are feeling good, and as I'm coming down the hill, I commit some energy, basically the exact same as before, strip to 1,000 watts, get a decent sized gap. Um, no one reacts. You'll see me start looking back to see if anyone's gonna jump with me, because at the end of the day, I just didn't feel confident in myself to stay away solo. And looking back now, I was pretty annoyed, pretty angry because I feel like, the field, I knew they weren't motivated to chase a lap ago. The exact same thing happened. No one wanted to chase or bring me back. Again, here, the same thing happens. I should have just had confidence in myself and tried to stay away. 2 miles to go, basically half a lap, basically. And I could have had an opportunity to just sneak off the front. The field didn't seem motivated to chase, even though there were some pretty strong guys. So I should have just put my head down and committed some energy, trusted my fitness, and see what would have happened. I'm definitely going to remember this coming into my next race this Sunday at Branch Brook, and the next two, the weekend after that, Branch Brook again, and then Verge Series number one. That if I get a bit of a gap, I should, and my legs are feeling good, especially at the end of the race. Trust myself and commit some energy and just see what happens. Because there's always a possibility that the field lets you just sneak away at the front. So yeah, not too happy about that looking back at the end of this race. Coming into this last hill, I thought I had pretty good position. Fifth wheel, ready to respond to any attacks because I know there will be some coming in the last lap, and shortly we'll see a rider on the right in a white jersey, if I remember correctly. Yep, starts to put in a little effort. I'm ready to react. I start trying to look for good wheels. A lot of guys start moving up on the right, and this rider in the black jersey and white helmet, a wheel up in front of me, he starts to kind of, let this gap open up. So I know I have to come around him and the guy behind me up on this rider in the red jersey, who I remember from Branch Break the day before. And now you see this NYCC rider come around and take the front. I didn't see this during the race. I was just focused on staying on this guy's wheel. Then we see this rider in the black jersey and white helmet try and close that gap, but he's not able to, and starts to open up this bigger gap. The NYCC and the guy behind him ended up going 1-2. I feel like I would have had the legs to jump to that move, but I just didn't see it up until this point. I see them, with this massive gap. I'm like, what the hell? How did this happen? I'm stuck behind 4 or 5 guys. Sketchy things start to happen. I'm getting ready to look for a gap and come around them into the sprint. On my right, I see Sam, a guy I know who has a really strong sprint, start to go. So I try and hop on his wheel, but there's 2 guys right behind him, so I'm not able to. I start to look for a gap on the left, which I do see, so I jump to it. But then the red jersey and this other guy in the black kind of box me in, and then have to hit the brakes, which makes me hit the brakes, and everyone kind of, surge forward around me. So in the end, I finished 11th out of 55, or 12th, I think. So okay race. Legs felt really, really well, really good, but I should have been more aware. Either tried to go solo with half a lap, which I think could have been successful, or jump to that NYCC guy, which I also think I could have done. But still a lot to learn early in the season. Some more races coming up this week and the next. So if you like this content, leave a comment. If you think you have any ideas for what I could have done better. And yeah, if you like this content, subscribe, because there'll be a lot more races and a lot more videos coming.